Good. Hi, Laura. I think you might be the only one on here so far. It says 2, but I think I'm the other one. I went and grabbed my garbage can because I have some litter, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? I don't want it just like sitting here on my desk. So I have my little, one of my bags. I've got a big old backpack to unpack as well. And then this is one of my bags, although as I was collecting, let's see if I can show it to you. Here's my, I realized this bag has had a pretty significant blowout. So I stopped using it because of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dump this to kind of get ready, because after we get through this stuff, then I just have my backpack after that. But I want to make sure, I think this is all of the litter. I'm trying to, as I said, kind of get that separated from the other stuff. So we'll just kind of start to separate these pieces out. I think that's all litter. This piece, I actually dropped that piece as I was trying to leave, and thought I had lost it, but I found it at the very last second there. So that was good. That one, oh, that one reminds me of my tea rock that I found recently. Okay, I think that might be all of the litter. I'm hoping that's all the litter. So I'm gonna get that. Ew, there's like a piece of, there's a shard of glass right there. Nasty. Probably that glass bumped up against the rock inside the bag. Okay, we're gonna make sure that goes into the garbage. Working from home, so I can't talk more than to say hi. I can't listen now either, but I'm watching. Thanks, Terra. Excellent, thanks. Good to see you. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Laura. I think Ma might be here as well. I'm not sure who MRIA is, but hi, thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. I'm guessing that's someone off of Discord, or maybe, oh, I know who that might be. That might be. Hi, Mason. Welcome. Yeah, so we're not quite to the, I don't think we're quite at 10. Oh, we are at 10:20. Sweet, I can go. So I'm also time-lapsing this as my haul for this video. Obviously I have more stuff to show for this video. What are we doing? We are going to be looking at a rock hounding haul. So right now you can see this is all of my, oh, you can only barely see it. Sorry, it's out of frame. I've got like 3 cameras going at once, so have to pay attention to what I'm doing here. So this is the litter that I picked up that day. I don't think there's any litter in my backpack. I think it's just the stuff. And then there's some rocks. There's a bunch more rocks up here, and I have a whole backpack full of rocks. And I'm actually getting ready to go out on a great big trip. So I wanted to empty my backpack, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just go live with it? That'll be fun. So yeah, so here's all the litter. I think there might be more in there. I can't remember, honestly. This was actually, you know what, there might be more in there because this was all from one site. Actually, yeah, now that I'm remembering that, there may very well be more litter in the backpack. Because what I did is, so I went to the first site and I found some stuff, just a little bit of stuff, not a ton, and found this litter. And so obviously picked that up, got it out of the environment, and I am going to slide it all off into my garbage. Okay, let's use this. This will help, I think. I need a little broom, don't I? Should go thrift a little broom for the whisk broom. I think I actually have one somewhere. But okay, cool. That's much nicer. Okay, so that was the litter from the first bag, but like I said, that bag had a big hole in it. So after the first location on this haul, or on this hunt, I decided that I wasn't going to use that bag anymore. This is, I don't know if this is, I think it's a piece of chert. Not terribly exciting, although I think it has some, uh-oh, I should have tried that first. Oh, there we go. So, oh, apparently this has some bubbles in it. I thought that was just water. Yeah, I think that's just a tumbler piece. Okay, so let's start making a pile. So tumblers are going to go over here. There's a couple other tumblers up here. I think this is a tumbler. And what I, oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, just kidding. What I mean when I say tumblers are rocks that are going to end up being tumbled. Okay, you guys need to hold for 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to go put some more water in this because it's not working very well. Okay, hopefully this is a little better. Sorry, I didn't test my sprayer before I went live. Still learning how to do all the things. Gotta make an ADHD friendly checklist for myself. Okay, cool. So yeah, there's a lot of this type of material up there. I don't actually know what it is. So if anybody knows what that is, I just think it's kind of a cool, like a purpley color. So that's kind of neat. That'll be part of the tumblers. These are just some little pieces of, this is chalcedony, I believe. Sorry, I'm just looking at it with my naked eye. Yeah, there's no crystals there. That'll be part of the tumbler pile. This one too, this one's pretty good. These are all really small, obviously. Oops, sorry, I just bumped the camera. Yeah, that one's pretty good. I believe that's quartz. I don't think that's chalcedony, although it could be. I'd have to look at it closer, but yeah, that'll be tumbled as well. And I think, oh, there's some actual, sorry, let me get that dry again. The thing with crystals is if you want them to shine and sparkle, they kind of have to be dry. So you can see there is some quartz crystals. These are just the small pieces, obviously. Sometimes I take them, sometimes I don't. So that one I think I will set aside as needs to be cleaned. So we're gonna make that our needs to be cleaned pile. This one, this is another one of those where I think this is quartz in there. There's probably quartz crystals in there. I don't know if that's a tumbler or not. I kind of feel like it's a tumbler. I think I am going to do that for now. I think that's going to go in the tumbler pile. This one is so interesting to me. I don't know if this vug in here, this recess, has anything interesting in it. I think it could. There's definitely like that little rock right there is like stuck down in there. So I could certainly take that out. And then this gray rock, this gray vein, I don't know if it's chalcedony or not. I feel like it is, like, especially right there, it definitely looks very chalcedony-ish right there. This was a weird one. I kind of liked it. I have no idea what I'm doing with that one. Does light go through it? I know, that's a really good question. And I forgot to grab, I was also going to grab, let's see, can I do this? Not really. Sorry, I was trying to, I forgot to grab my flashlight. So I don't know, honestly. I don't know what that one is. It's a weird one. I'm just going to set it aside for now because I don't really know what I want to do with it. Oops, sorry, I bumped the camera again. You should see how like crazy my setup is. I'm on like a thrifted desk that I got from Facebook Marketplace because of course I did. And it's tiny and I'm trying to do time lapse. I have my laptop and I've got my camera. So it's a little bumpy, literally and figuratively. Okay, let's see what's in the backpack. Oh, jeez. Oh, actually there's quite a bit in here. I mean, not like too heavy for me to pick up or anything, but there's definitely some heavy stuff in here. So I have a first aid kit and I've got my tripod that I just pulled out. This one, oof. I don't know if I should show you the big stuff first or the big stuff should be the finale. Here. What do you want to do? Big or small? Big or small? Went to the coast a couple of months back and found some awesome agates. Nice. That's awesome, Oliver. Do you have a channel or are you on the Discord? I'd love to see. Okay, I'm going to take out some of the really cool stuff as I'm going. and kind of show you. I'm going to show you all the really cool stuff at the end. Okay, I'm taking out cool stuff. Setting aside cool stuff, so you have to wait. You've got to wait all the way through the stream to see the really, really magnificent stuff. This location is really kind of odd. There's definitely some chalcedony and some agate, not a lot of it. And then the rest of the rocks kind of look like what you're seeing right now, which is a lot of, oops, take that out, that and that. A lot of just whatever this is. I don't know what this is. For some reason in my mind, that is those are very young rocks. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm putting my big stuff aside. Oh, that might be find of the day. But you don't get to see it yet. You get to see a little corner of it. Wow, there's more in here than I thought there was. Yeah, I had a really good day. It was this like random, I was like, oh wow, that's a good piece too. Oh my goodness, and I'm knocking the camera, my goodness. Jeez. Okay, YouTube short. Oh, good. I posted a video on my rock hounding when I was there. Yeah. Okay, awesome. My favorite find in the video I had made was the agate I found under a crab shell. That's cool. Small. Okay, Ryan says small stuff first. Okay, good. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the small stuff and pulling out the cool stuff. Okay, let me see. Is there anything more in here? I see 2 more tiny pieces at the bottom here. Trying to pace myself though too, so that we get through it all in I'm thinking about an hour. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, let me just double check. There's nothing else in here. Some snacks. I think that's it. Okay, this is everything for the backpack, plus the few things that you can't see over there. There's some humongous over there. Oh my goodness. Okay, how do I get through all of this? All right, let's pull those aside. That's pet wood. We'll look at those in a second. Okay, I'm going to go through kind of like all the big stuff of this pile first. So, okay, so there's more of that rock. I don't know what this rock is, as I said. Oh, I forgot this one has like a little geode on the backside. Get it to flash. It needs to be cleaned, obviously. But yeah, there's a nice little vug right there with a bunch of crystals in it. I love rock hunting. Me too. Oh, started at 10:20. Sorry, Ma. You're here now. It's all good. Oliver, thanks for the sub. I really appreciate it. Can you send me yours as well? I would love to see what your channel is. Do you have to go get some stuff done? That's fair. I hope you have an amazing day too. Yeah, this is sparkly. There's a nice little vug right here with some crystals. This area, like I said, is a lot of whatever this rock is. I don't know why. I have nothing to back this up, but in my mind, this is very young rock. I don't know if that's actually true, but for in my head, for some reason, that's kind of how I think of it. But yeah, some really good sparkles there. Okay, so this is gonna go in the to be cleaned pile because I wanna clean out that vug better. And then some of the stuff. Oh, this one, yeah, that one's got chalcedony. Okay, so this is actually. Oh, this is the one. Okay. So this one is way more impressive than it looks like, I think. It's got the lighting is not doing it any justice here, but the lighting, what Oliver said, LOL, just tap my name and you'll go to it, I think. Okay, cool. I'll do that afterwards. Obviously, I can't do it right now. Mod me and I can get a link to his channel. Oh, I don't know how to do that, Ma. Is that a fast thing? What Oliver said. Thanks, Oliver. Thanks for being here. Okay, so this is all chalcedony through here, which is, if you're not familiar with rocks, chalcedony is, and if somebody, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but chalcedony is the type of rock that agates are, and the only difference between chalcedony and agate is that agate has banding, and chalcedony does not. But it's probably one of, if not the, like, favorite type of rock for me. So I think this one's going to be really cool when it is all clean. I just realized I'm doing this horizontal, but I'm not doing it horizontal, am I? Oh well, it's fine. As long as I don't put any writing on the screen or anything. Oh my god, I could just look at this piece. I remember this piece looks really cool in the light too. I wish I had remembered my flashlight, so that'll be later. But okay, so that's gonna be a tumbling piece, I think, because I definitely want to tumble that. This piece is really good too. It doesn't look like much, I feel like, but it does have really cool banding right there. So let's get this wet. I don't know what's in this bottle. I thought it was just water, but there's something bubbly in it. Click on my name. True. Rocks don't have a top or bottom, so you're fine. Well, that's true. Yeah. So this piece, you know, this was one of those pieces that I kind of almost left behind just because it's kind of sizable, and that's all quartz. This is all quartz right here, which, you know, is kind of not rare, common. However, I thought this banding was really cool right there. And again, that one looks really good in the light. Well, there we go. That's a better, get a better view of it there. Yeah, that's a good piece. That's going in the tumbling pile. What else do we have? I'm going to go ahead and look at this pet wood now. So this is pet wood. So you can see the grain on the end there. Get this wet. Oh yeah, that's better. Except now it's too shiny for the camera, but you can see the grain. And I have a much better pet wood piece near the end, but I just, oh my God, I love pet wood. Some of you have heard the story before, but I went to Oregon Caves as a kid. We were very, very poor, so I didn't have any like extra money to buy much of anything. And there were, I don't remember if we stopped at like, I feel like we stopped at like a rock like museum or something at the same time. And I remember learning about pet wood between the bands of agate are and where the quartz starts. Oh, let's go back. You can literally see where the temperature got hotter between where the bands of agate are and where the quartz starts. Do you mean, oh, like here? Or does she mean there? I don't know. That's cool. Okay, write more, Ma. I don't know enough about rocks to show that. Okay, but okay, back to my pet wood story. So I remember that I was very, very young when I found out what petrified wood is. I keep saying pet wood. Petrified wood is what I mean when I say that. You know, lingo in the rock hounding world. And I just remember thinking that that was like so incredibly cool that you could have stone that looked like wood still. And this piece is, yeah, I don't know if I'm doing it justice with the camera. I'm having a hard time seeing, but I love that. I think that's a really good tumbler piece as well. Although it feels a little sandy, which makes me think that it might not do very well in the tumbler, but I think that's going to go in the tumbler pile for now. This, I believe, is also a piece of pet wood. Quartz is the giant version of chalcedony. Quartz forms when the temperature gets hotter. I hope I'm making sense. Still no, but that's fine. That just means that I don't understand what you're saying, but I'm sure you know what you're talking about, and I'm sure you and I will talk about it afterwards. I believe this is a piece of pet wood / wood fossil. So that dark color there is kind of what I'm used to in this location for being wood. I'll show you a piece. Where's that other piece? There's a couple other pieces here. Actually, maybe I'll just move to those now. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the good stuff. Okay, I believe that's pet wood. Actually, I'm not 100% sure about that one. I think it is. Pretty sure that's pet wood. Almost positive that is. In fact, yeah, I'm positive. So this one, you can see it kind of looks like driftwood, right? So that's pet wood, petrified wood. Oh, such a good piece. And then there's, ooh, one more piece here. Actually, I've got 2 more pieces in the big pile. And then this little guy right here is also, so that's kind of what the petrified wood looks like in this area. Ooh, that really soaked up water. I think that this piece is very porous. So I would say this is almost like carbonized wood more than pet wood. Again, please people correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm still learning. I picked up rock hounding as a COVID hobby. So I've been on it for about, I guess about 5 years, 4 or 5 years. But again, it's just a hobby for me. I'm not nearly as well versed in all of this stuff as other people are. So yeah, those are okay, including that. So I got, what is that? 5, 3, 4, 5. I think I got 7 pieces of petrified wood that day. And this was on Thursday of last week. I think this haul is all from there. I'm gonna make a little pet wood pile right out of frame, just in frame, just barely in frame. So there's our pet wood. Okay, this is a piece of volcanic rock. I wouldn't call this pumice. It's not nearly light enough, I don't think, to be called pumice. I got this for my feet. So sometimes rocks can have really practical uses. And obviously pumice stone is one of those uses. So that's why I grabbed that piece. There's not a lot of that in that area, as well as there's not a lot of jasper, which I believe is what this is. And the jasper up there is, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like not as waxy and as smooth as you would expect jasper to be. It's almost, again, it's like, in my head, it's just like young jasper. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if I'm making that up. This is a really cool piece. I'm going to show you that in a second. Here's a nice piece of chalcedony. Okay, I'm going to stop and read the thingies because I am not keeping up. Bigger or smaller crystals, same mineral. Right, okay. So quartz and chalcedony, agate are all the same mineral. And then it's just whether or not the crystals are large or small. Basalt. Nice finds, thank you. Lower silica content in the jasper. Okay, yeah. So do we think that's jasper though, this red? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. But there's not a lot of that in this area, this particular rock hunting spot. Nice little piece of chalcedony here. Again, this will just be a good piece to throw in the tumbler. That should tumble out really well. What else do we have here? This, I don't know what this is. I get this in this location plus one other location. I don't know if it's opal, quartz, but I think I'm going to tumble that because I think that will come out looking pretty cool. So we're going to put that in the tumbling pile. This piece I grabbed, this is kind of, like I said, this is kind of very representative of the type of rock that's up there. Although this one was like such a cool like white and red speckled that I thought it was pretty cool. So again, this is just tumbling material probably. I don't know that this thing will even take a very good shine. I have no idea. That's going in the tumbling. And my hand is soaking wet now, so I'm taking a break. Probably jasper. Yeah, probably. Close enough. Okay, what else do we have here? That one's a weird one. I'm trying to kind of make sure I get through all of these. That's a weird one. That's a weird one. Let's see. This, I think this might be chert, but I thought it was kind of cool. Not much to say about that one. Again, probably just a tumbler. Some of these, that's gonna be the case. Just some like weird, almost conglomerate-y, that's not a word, conglomerate-like type rocks. And some of these will probably end up in just like the rock garden. Oh, I'm making a mess. Here, let's clean this mess up really quick. I'm worried it's gonna go onto the wood of the desk, which is what I just did. I don't want to ruin my desk. This is another one of the little piece that has like quartz in it. Again, probably a pretty good tumbler. That one's kind of cool though. I think that one, if I remember correctly, that one, that might be some smoky chalcedony right there. I definitely found some of that up there. This one's pretty cool. Okay. This location has a lot of green rock, bright green. I believe that whatever this is very soft. And what I mean by that is it would not tumble well, it will not last, it would just deteriorate in a tumbler. I don't know what this is, but there's a ton of it. And this piece is actually a little different than the rest. This piece is more conglomerate-like, so it's got the different, you know, kind of speckles of different rock that are all together. Most of them don't look like that. They just kind of have this really pretty green color. But again, they're just not anything you can do anything with lapidary wise. Like you can't really tumble them. You can't, you know, cab them or anything like that, I'd imagine. Oh, I put that in the tumbling pile. Where do I want to put that? I'm going to put that in the to be cleaned pile because then I can separate out what's to be cleaned from what's to be cleaned from what's to be put in the rock garden, I think is what I'll do. Kind of going through here. Okay, so I got about 5 or 6 more. These are just a couple of very tiny pieces of either chalcedony or quartz, not sure. I think oh yeah, that one's chalcedony. It's got a nice blue glow to it. That goes in the tumbling pile. Same thing. This is quartz, I believe. Oh, nope. Might be both. So the banding right there. You can see that banding. So that makes it an agate, actually. And I think I will tumble this one. So we'll try and get some of this matrix off, this outer crust here. Put that in the tumbling pile. This one, I have to like look at them with my naked eye and then look at them through the camera. I think that's mostly quartz. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that one. I'm putting it in the tumbling pile for now. We'll see if I change my mind. This one, same thing. I think it's that, whatever that white material is. And then there's either some quartz or chalcedony in the inside. Yeah, my hands are getting dirty. I'm spraying off a bunch of dirt and sand onto my hands. At least I remembered to have a nice rag standing by this time. Why did I grab this one? Oh, that's why. Okay, yeah. Oh, I remember this one. Okay. So this one actually does have, you can't really see it terribly well, but that is chalcedony right there. If it's green, it might be serpentine. Okay. See bands, chalcedony on the inside. Yeah. This one definitely has it too. I'm having a hard time getting the camera to focus on it, and I wish I had grabbed my flashlight for you all. But that is all the way downstairs. I'm not gonna do it. But this one was kind of a last minute. I remember I was like, I don't know if I'm keeping this one. And then I felt it and I was like, oh yeah, actually I am keeping that because it's pretty clearly chalcedony to me. So I think this one will tumble pretty well. And who knows, sometimes, I mean, it looks to me like that's a seam, but it could be, it looks like it actually goes all the way over here. So this could be a pretty decent piece once you get all the matrix tumbled off the outside. This one's pretty cool. It's got a pretty nice chunk of quartz in there. So you can kind of see it's been worn down by the river, obviously, but yeah, it's not a bad piece. Again, probably a tumbler. I don't normally like to tumble crystals unless they're already pretty tumbled, right? Like this is river tumbled, so I kind of don't care that, you know, that the tumbler is gonna kind of bust these down and round them out. They're already rounded out, so it's totally fine. Ooh, that was a really good one. I'm gonna set that one aside. Okay, so we're getting into the good stuff now, or almost we are. Let me see if I can. I think this is a lot of quartz, but again, I just thought this was a cool mix here. I don't know if that's basalt or what it is, but or rhyolite. But I don't know how the matrix tumbles out because I've never tumbled from this area. I've only gone to this location, I think either 2 or 3 times now for rock hounding. I used to go there pretty much exclusively for camping before I picked up rock hounding as a hobby. So I think this piece is going to be really neat as a tumbled piece. Assuming pixelating. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, I see it. I can see it on my own. I don't know how to fix that. I wonder if that's the... I wonder if I slow down. Hold it steady. Yeah, this location I've only been a handful of times. Okay, you guys are saying it's better now. Well, hopefully it's better. I don't know if that's me or YouTube or what. I know YouTube's been having a lot of trouble lately. yeah, I think this is a cool area. I don't know about the matrix. I don't know what this is slash how it will tumble. Um, most of the rocks that I get are from a different location, and I'm much more familiar with that matrix and how it tumbles out, which it does very well. This stuff I think will tumble out pretty well, but I honestly don't know because I've just never tumbled a batch or included any in my batches because this is a pretty new location for me. Okay, so we're on to what I think is the cool stuff. All right, so this one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it well. The reason I kept this one is because it has like a very weird crystal structure, I feel like. I do not know what this is. I know that there are some zeolites in this area, but I don't know. It just was a weird one. I feel like this is one that is not going to be terribly interesting to most people, um, except rock hounds, except total rock nerds like me, because the crystal structure is really, really weird. So that's why I kept that one. I'm putting it in with my I don't know pile. This one I think is chert. Yeah, I'm almost positive this one's chert. But I think chert is a little bit underrated. Sometimes I think people are like, oh, chert, so common, bleh. But sometimes it can be really cool. I don't know if a gray rock is really cool, but I just thought that was a kind of nifty piece, so I decided to keep it. Let's try to slow down here. So I get too excited and then I move really fast and talk really fast. And I'm wondering if the pixelation would be helped by me slowing down. But just know that's not easy for me. I'm not somebody who slows down easily. Okay, this stuff, I don't know what this is, but I think it's awesome. Okay, so this is either, I'm guessing this is either chert or opal. But it's a pretty solid piece of rock. Fairly waxy feeling. Oh yeah, this piece is kind of epimorphy too, if I remember correctly. Is that right? This piece or this one? One of these is epimorphy. Maybe it's this one. When I say epimorphy, what I'm saying is, so epimorph is when you have crystals that have grown and then a rock has formed around those crystals, and then the crystals have gone away or broken off, and then you get left with the shape of the crystals. And I think epimorphs are really fun. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this piece. I just think it's kind of neat. Again, probably not one that like non-rock hounds would be excited about. So I'll move on from that one fairly quickly. This piece is interesting to me for a couple of reasons. One, I think the color is actually quite pretty. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it justice in this live with this camera, but it does have a really pretty, very, very, very light green hue to it. I'd kind of like to cut this one, although it seems like it's very fractured. The other reason why I find this interesting is there was a video of mine that I posted, I don't know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, something like that, where I found a great big boulder of something very similar to this. And again, I don't know if it's chert or opal or what it is, but you can kind of see there, you can kind of see that green hue. I just thought that was really pretty. It's pretty dense too. It feels pretty, it's got some heft to it for its size. A mold of what was there before. Yeah, exactly. Epimorphs. Yep. Yeah. I don't know what this is, and I don't know what I'm doing with it. So it's going in the I don't know pile. This one's pretty sweet. I really like this one. Oh, see, I haven't actually seen this one dry yet. So again, back to talking about dry crystals versus wet crystals. When they're dry, that's when you get the sparkles. But of course you got to clean them off well. But this is just a really sweet piece. And then, so this is like two of my favorite things I'll put together. So there's crystals, sparklies, and then smoky chalcedony, which If you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of smoky chalcedony. So yeah, this piece makes me very happy. And like I said, it's got quite a bit of matrix on it too. These rocks, this location is, I would say, close to headwaters. Not close, but like close in terms of the rocks that you're going to find here are quite rough still. So they're going to have a lot of like matrix and dirt and everything still kind of stuck in them. They're not going to be like totally worn down and, tumbled by the water themselves. So you can see there's a really nice vug in there with a bunch of, I don't know if you'd call that a vug, but, or a geode. I'm not sure exactly what you would call that, but it's definitely got some stuff in it. So I need to clean that out, let it dry, and then it'll be a fun little crystal-y triangle, which I know appeals to one person on this feed. Yeah, and then like I said too, this piece here of the, oh my god, I could look at that for hours. Okay, I gotta stop myself. Okay, this one has to go in the to be cleaned pile, which is over there. All right, I've got some small stuff to show you, and then we'll finish with the finale. I've got 3 large pieces to show you. So let's kind of get this cleaned off a little bit. We're at 36 minutes. That's perfect. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple pieces all at once. So again, this is, I believe, chert. And I think I'm going to tumble this piece. I think it'll tumble out pretty well. I don't... yeah, I'm not even going to say it. I've said what I'm going to say about that piece. Just the way it cleaved, it kind of... No, I'm not going to say it. Okay. This is just a piece of quartz, but should tumble pretty well. It's kind of fun. Looks like Pac-Man-y or something, huh? Nom, 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 nom. Oh, I got to do it this way, huh? Because I'm upside down. Nom, 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 nom. Looks like a face the more I look at it. Like a weird robot face. And then this piece, just a seam. That'll either be rock garden or tumbles. Let's grab these 2 pieces. Oh, this is such a good piece. Okay, we'll look at that in a minute. This piece I grabbed because of all of the voids, all the recesses there, vugs. I figured there might be some crystals in there, and I honestly can't even tell. It needs to be cleaned, dried, and then need to take a little flashlight to it. It looks like there are some crystals right there. This is probably full of crystals too. And then sometime, getting some sparkly there, right here. See if I can get it to sparkle for you. Definitely some sparklies there. Me? Oh, no, me. I mean, you can like them too, Ryan. She doesn't have exclusive rights over the geometry. But yeah, I think we all know who I was talking about. Yeah, so these, sometimes I find that these ones that are kind of incomplete crystal formations can be really interesting to look at closely, because you can kind of, I feel like they tell a story because you can see kind of how the crystals were forming, what they were doing. So that's a to be cleaned piece. All right, this piece, I thought I filmed it. Has anybody ever been trying to film and then you like get done with your, minute of talking or whatever, and you're like, oh my God, either you didn't actually hit record, or you were already recording like in your pocket and you turned the recording off. Unfortunately, that's what this one was, and it's such a good piece. So I didn't get the find of this one. I only can show it to you now. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet piece. I think pretty much this whole thing is either opal. I believe this is opal on the inside here. And you can see, I don't know if you can see banding. That's probably a tumbler piece, I'm guessing. She's doing circles now. Now I know. Yeah, only begrudgingly, and only because she's getting paid too. Never happened to me, nope. Yeah, this piece, like, you can feel, I wish you could feel this. I wish I could let you feel it. It's like, it's a really cool type of material. I'm almost positive it's opal. And then you see this orange. That actually happens quite a few places. So anytime I see that orange, I always pick it up because sometimes it's fully just encased in that orange stuff. And then when you go to tumble it, you go, oh, there we go. And how did I miss that? There's really good banding right there. Am I showing it? I can't tell. Hang on, I gotta look in the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Now I know why Karen is always like squinting at her screen. This is not easy to do, to capture all the different, like I'm just hoping my time lapse is still running, hoping I turned it on. Okay, I've got 2 more pieces of pet wood to show you. Ooh, sorry, excuse my arm. Pretty sure this is pet wood. So sometimes I do get pieces that I'm like, I don't know, I mean, it looks like pet wood, but I don't think it is. But this one I actually am pretty sure about. Of course, now the things have gone completely away. But, I gotta wait for that to dry. Yeah, right there. There, you can kind of see it now. Those are tree lines, right? Growth lines. So another piece of pet wood. What did I say, 7 earlier? So it's actually 9. And then this is, I believe, again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this is like a twig fossil. So this is matrix. Here's the fossil itself and more matrix. So you can kind of see that twig had a little curvature to it. You can kind of see the growth lines. I believe that's what that is. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. My screen is tiny outside. Oh, gotcha. Okay. A larger screen does help. Yeah. I have my laptop. I think I should buy a monitor maybe for this space. I'm still trying to work out like how to do all the things I need to do in this space. But it's a really tiny space too. This one has a cool cap on it. So this is Chalcedony, and it's pretty thick right there actually. Even some banding, it almost looks like. But I thought this was kind of cool. It's kind of bubbly on the top, and you can see that's definitely Chalcedony. Yeah, I need to get my flashlight. Oh well, it's good enough for this one. Not sure what I'm doing with that. Maybe tumble? I think tumble. Our tumbling pile is getting quite large. All right, we're down to 6 small pieces and then the 3 finale rocks. Okay, brace yourselves. Hang on. Ugh, gotta reach for them. Okay. All right, little piece of Chalcedony. Not terribly exciting, but I love me some Chalcedony. It's going in the tumbler pile. This is a piece of agate. Actually has banding. Oh, I got distracted by a little squirrel outside the window. Yeah, this one's actually pretty sweet. Well, let's get that one wet in a second here. This is a piece of quartz mostly. Again, like I said, I wouldn't normally, like if this was all crystally and nice, I wouldn't tumble it, but because it's already very water tumbled, I'll probably just throw it in. So that goes in the tumbling pile. This one is another one that I think is going to be really fun when we get it clean and then dry again. So it's like it reminds me of a mouth, rah, 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 nom, 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 but with crystals for teeth. So that's all crystals in there. There's probably some dirt and junk and sand and stuff like that in there. So that'll be a nice little piece. So that's going to go in the cleaning pile. Flat screen, yeah. Oh, I do actually totally have room for a flat screen right above the desk. You're making me think, man. Oh, this is cool. I like this one. Okay, so this one, to me, I think it's just Tyndall. When I say, okay, sorry. Let me slow down. I got too excited. When I say Tyndall, what I mean is the outer color of the matrix or the crust on the rock can make the chalcedony look like it's a color that it's not, like not truly. And this piece was one of those pieces that I found at the very end of the first location. And I had walked over it like 3 times already at that point. And then just look at that. Oh, it's so good. The only downside is like, this is chalcedony plus crystals. So quartz crystals. So it's kind of hard to tell what to do with it. But in the I think it's just Tyndall. But in the sun, this almost looks amethysty. I've never found amethyst, period. I've never self-collected it. But this is probably as close as I've ever come. And maybe I don't know. I really can't tell. What do you guys think? The sound effects, yeah. Shine light through it, see if it's Tyndall or not. It will look blue if it's true blue. I don't think it is. Like I said, I'll have to check out that one. Because this orange can very much make it look blue or purpley. I know that to be true because I've had pieces that looked very blue and then once I knocked the matrix off, they didn't anymore. But yeah, I really like that piece. I mean, it's tiny. I'm going to put this one in the to be cleaned pile. I'm not sure what I'm doing with that one yet. Okay, and then let's get this one wet so you can see this one's kind of hard to see the banding until it's actually wet. So this one, now you can see that banding. There, you can see it. And then that is a better view even. I'm trying to, there we go. I don't think it'll focus if I don't. There, does that look good? Can't tell. Slow down. Yeah, really good little piece. I love how they feel sometimes too. They're like the chalcedony and jaspers and things that have a lot of silica in them can be like glass essentially, right? So they can be really waxy. They can be really not soft, smooth. Smooth is the word. Yeah, it's a cool piece. I think I'm putting that in the tumbling pile, although I don't want to lose too much of the matrix. All right, we got 4 left. And we're at 47 minutes. That's not bad. Okay, this one is really fun. This one, I saw it like this, essentially. And I was like, ugh, somebody left litter out here. What is that? It's like a piece of plastic. Nope. It is not a piece of plastic. It's a pretty sweet piece of chalcedony seam. Yeah, this one's great. I'll put it down there so it's not so blurry. A really great piece. This one also, again, I don't know if that's Tyndall. I really like this piece. I wish I could help. Like, I wish I could share with you what it feels like. It's like so smooth and nice. And I don't believe that was, cut or anything like that. I think it's just a natural cleave. Just the natural way that it went together. I want to make a pendant. You know what's so funny, Ma, is I was actually thinking that, I was thinking, I don't know if we can actually cut it in half, but I think it would be super cool earrings. Wouldn't that be cool earrings like that? I know I like this piece a lot too. And it's just like my favorite color. Again, I think that's Tyndall though. I think the smokiness is coming from the matrix, I believe. Yeah, it's a really good piece. And that one was so funny too, because like I said, I was walking along and it was right there. It was in the first location. So when I went on this hunt, the first location, I only got, like 6 or 8 small pieces. And I was so excited because I thought I was going to have like all this gravel to look through. And I really didn't end up having a lot of gravel because the water was actually quite a bit deeper than I wanted it, or than I thought it was going to be, and than I wanted it to be. I didn't feel like fording the stream at that spot right there. And I thought that maybe I would have better luck up higher. So I went up higher and there was like so much gravel. I think I was out there for like 3 hours and I could have been out there for a lot longer had the sun not been going down. I didn't leave my house until like 2 that day. And yeah, so I definitely, I think I'm actually going back in the next couple of days here. I'm toying with the idea of trying to do like a couple of little videos while I'm out. They would have to not have a lot of editing, obviously, because I'm not going to take my laptop with me. But yeah. So I'm just really pleased to have found, I'm not sure what I'm doing with that one. I'm just going to put it with the pet wood. I'm pleased to have found an area that has really good gravel. And I think this is one of those areas that is only going to be able to be hounded in the summer. Otherwise the water is, you can tell like where the water is. Otherwise this piece, I don't know what to say or do with this piece. I don't know what to say about it, what to do with it. It was kind of one of the first ones I found that was like really, really big. It's just quartz. I think that's all it is. I don't think there's any crystals here or anything like that. So this is probably like a really good, well, now that I'm saying it out loud, I think this is a really good rock garden candidate. But you can see this is a pretty decent piece. What was fun about this one is the video is, I'm trying to remember, I think it was like that much of it was showing. So those are always fun because you're like, oh, it's bigger. Oh, it's even bigger than I thought it was. Yeah, that's what this was. Oh, I remember. Sorry. Let me see if I can find it. There was something on this that looked, oh, there is some crystals right there, actually. I'm looking at it with my naked eye now. So this one could be pretty cool once we get it cleaned up. There's a crystal pocket right there. Yeah, I don't know. This one might be kind of nifty once I get it cleaned up. So this one needs a good cleaning. And I'm not seeing it now, but while it was, oh, okay, I see it. And it's not what I thought it was. Okay, so right there, you really can't see it. There's like a yellow thing, and I was like, oh, does this quartz have gold in it? It does not, I don't believe. I think I'm very much wrong about that. Although that right there is a really sweet crystal bug that I hadn't caught until now. So yeah, I think this one is worth cleaning up. Good, well, whatever. And having a bit of a closer look at it. But for now, it is what it is. It's dirty. Dirty. Okay, last two. This is also, I believe, petrified wood. What a great piece. Yeah, this wood is, it's, you know, it's kind of hard to see what's going on here. I'm not 100% positive this is wood. I think it is. What do you guys think? This is wood? Yep, Ma says wood. You could make earrings for me. It's really funny because I was kind of gonna ask you for that. Maybe we'll have to trade. Maybe I'll have to trade you some rock so you can make those into earrings for me. Yeah, this is a pretty sweet piece. Okay, I'm not going to say too much about that one because I don't think you can really see much yet. Like, I would expect to see end grain down here, but I think it's just too schmutzy. And same on this side. And it's just so dark. I wonder if the bleach trick might work on this piece. Could be kind of cool. All right, you guys ready? We're getting to the finale. This is the find of the day, in my opinion. Da-na, 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 da-na. You know what's funny is this one I think was sitting like this, and I was like, oh, that looks like petwood. I don't know if it is, because obviously it's quite large. And then I turned it on its side, and I was like, oh, yep, sure is. Look at all those growth lines. Oh, so good. Uh-oh. I don't know what's happening. My thing went away. Hang on, sorry. Somehow I lost my... Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, something happened. Yeah. Petwood. Just a really sweet piece. Look at the... so good. I just think these are so fun because they look just like a piece of driftwood, right? It's like, oh yeah, look at the driftwood that I found. Except... that ain't wood. I mean, it is wood, but it's rock now. It's both now. Yeah. I'm really, really pleased about this piece. This is not my favorite piece of pet wood I've ever found, but it's probably like, it's certainly in the top 5. It's maybe top 3. I just really, really like this piece. And this is one of those where it's like, I don't know that I want to cut it. I kind of feel like just as a specimen, as a piece of what looks like driftwood but is actually stone is pretty dang cool. All right, let's get it wet and see if that enhances it or makes it worse. I don't know. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, I love it. Oh, look at that grain right there. I don't know if you can see it. That grain is so pretty. Well, see, now I'm convincing myself I should probably cut this thing. Oh, I don't know. The nice thing is I don't have to decide right this second. I can just hold on to it as a specimen for now and make a decision later. Or enjoy it as a specimen for now. I knew what you were going to say. Curvy wood chunk. Yeah, isn't it nice? Nice wood chunker. Yeah. I feel like I could sit and look at this thing for a while. Unfortunately, I have packing to do. I don't know if there's any way to like, I don't know. I'd like to kind of like clean this thing up a bit so that this piece, because this piece is really pretty. I feel like it cleaved off recently and that's why it's got better color than just the grayed out. It's so funny though, isn't it? Because like this reminds me of fence posts where like when the wood is fresh, it's got that like nice, you know, brown, red coloring to it. And then once it's bleached out from the sun, it's got that kind of more gray, white, you know, old look to it. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really, really pleased with this haul. I'm super pleased with, I'm not pleased with myself because I got my desk all wet. Let me deal with that. I'm super pleased with finding this location and knowing that there are humongous gravel beds out there. Cut off an end, polish it. Yeah, you are not, you might be on something there. So like if we cut it like here, right? And then we'd have that end. What is that? Yeah, that end grain is, I wonder what kind of wood this is because the growth rings are really tight. So to me, that suggests that it was some kind of hardwood that was like really slow growing. I mean, the growth rings on this are just incredibly tiny. Yeah, you might be onto something there, Ryan. I feel like almost right, there's almost like a natural fracture right here. Like cut it right there. And then it could actually sit as a specimen too. Yeah. It's leaving me speechless, which you guys know is kind of a feat. This one is just so much prettier. What's interesting about this one is that I found it on my way like out. Like, well, it was a good 3/4 of the way through my hunt at that point. And I found this piece and I was kind of moving quickly because I was like, oh, I want to like get to the end of this gravel bar and then I'll turn around and go back. And I knew I had like a bit of a walk ahead of me. So I didn't actually look at this thing all that closely. I just kind of like verified that it was wood, verified that I wanted to keep it, and just like dropped it in the backpack. So this is I'm getting a good look at it at the same time you are, which is kind of exciting. And yeah, the more I'm looking at it, the more pleased I am with it. But yeah, you might be right about like having a nice slab off of here because that could look really cool. You can't really see it here, but the grain is just so tight and gorgeous. Yeah, there you can kind of see it. Oh yeah, so good. You know, I know a lot of people think we're really strange for thinking rocks are so cool, but like, they're just so cool. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not ruining my desk here. Trying to get that dried off. So yeah, here, let me pull out a little bit so you can see the whole haul, maybe. There. Okay, now is the camera gonna stay? There, that's the whole haul. Voila! So tumblers, pet wood with the chalcedony, pretty chalcedony piece in there. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one should be like that. So 9 pieces of pet wood, a giant crystal chonker, a piece of foot scraper rock, and then all of my little like weird rocks over here. Weird rocks / rocks that need to be cleaned so that we can get a better look at the crystals that are there. So yeah, I'm so pleased. Yay. Thank you guys for being here. I really, really are in their skulls. Oh yeah, like rock hounders. Here, let me go back and read what you. They don't think rocks are cool because they aren't paying enough attention. Amen, ma. Maybe squished too. Not sure what that means. Oh, the rock, yeah, the growth lines. Yeah, could be right. Just look at it though. Look at it. I'm just so freaking pleased with that piece. Again, it's not my absolute favorite piece. I have a different piece that I found in a different location that is, it's very similar to this. It's about the same size, and it's a round, and then the heartwood, I think, went away before the whole thing petrified. So there's a hole right through the middle, and it's it's probably about that big. It's such a cool piece, and I don't think I will ever cut that one because it is a pretty sweet specimen and it does sit up on its own pretty well. But I'm increasingly on board with you guys. Like, I think I should cut it right across the end here for this one and have a nice slab plus a nice specimen. And then I'd like to figure out how to kind of like give it a little bit of a polish without, like fully polishing it. But yeah. Excellent. Cool. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if you see anything on the channel, it's because I was able to find some Wi-Fi and upload something. But if you don't, you may just not hear from me for like a week because I'm going camping. So I do need a giant tumbler. You're not wrong about that, Ma. I've got, let's see, I have 4 tumblers. I've got a Loretone that is non-working. I've got a National Geographic, Nat Geo that's non-working. I've got a Harbor Freight double barrel that's working. And then I've got the one for steel that has steel shot in it. And for silversmithing, obviously. And then, is that all yeah, that's all I have. But I don't have anything big yet. I just have like the, whatever this size is. I forget what that is. Like the, the general, like the Harbor Freight size of tumblers. That's what I have right now. So thank you so much, Ryan. I'm super excited. Life has been a little bit kicking me in the shins lately. And so last week, after many, many hits in a row, I was like, you know what? F it. I am going on a really long camping trip. I'm just going to go and try to kind of reset my brain and my body and just really enjoy, I'm taking my hammock. Probably going to lay out under the trees and read and relax and do all of that good stuff. So I do have a rotary tool. I don't know how to use it yet. In fact, what's funny is I have 2. I have, me, I'm a big thrifter. So I buy things when they're a good deal. I think I have a Dremel, and then I have like a Black & Decker, like a version of a Fordham. Fordham? Is that how you say it? So like I'm not expressing myself very well, but anyway, I have some tools. I've got some rotary tools, but again, I just haven't gotten to the point of being able to use them and understand them and, get used to them and all that stuff. So hopefully I will be able to do that soon, but, don't anybody hold your breath because I just have a lot of stuff going on kind of in life right now. So, but yeah, anyway, cool. I'm really going this time. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, it should go that way, shouldn't it? Those are thumbs up. There we go. Like that. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the rocks, and the chatting and everything else. And I will see you next time when I have more treasures to share. Bye, everyone. See ya. Oh, hi, Dad Rocks. I won't go away. Hi, Dad Rocks. Thanks for being here, Ma. All right, I'm really going now.